What's up, party people? Can you guys hear me? Oh, I got this turned down quite a bit. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Testing. What's up, kids? I've had a great day today. Spent most of the day, with myself. Got a lot of writing done. Got a lot of things done. Went to the gym. Got as swole as I could with my little injury on my wrist. But enough about me. Let's talk about dark matter. Let's do it. You guys ready for this? You guys ready for dark matter? So this is the exciting thing. I was just looking at the revision that we have right now. And according to this revision, holy cow, I've revised, where was it? I think I've revised 120 out of 130 pages, give or take. So I've got like one more to go. Basically, I've got one more chapter to go. So co-author Bobby is going to my co-author Bobby's going to go over what we've gone over. We've gotten some notes back from some people that have been reading it. And so there's a couple things we want to change, a couple things we want to update on here. Some more detail and a couple things that aren't quite lining up we got to fill in. But for the most part, we are really, really excited about what's going on. And we're really, really close to having a version of the book and the story that we can send for final editing. And we're also looking for an opportunity to there's a couple things going on right now. So we're ready for a focus group and a group of individuals to read the entire book and give us their feedback on what parts are missing, what parts don't make sense, what parts suck. And then once we get that figured out, we are ready for the final text version, and then we can release it on Amazon. We can release the ebook. Hang on one second. This headphone jack is kind of loose here. Let's give me some feedback. There we go. Ready for Pulse Chain. Yeah, ready for Pulse Chain. Dude, I'll tell you what, I've been ready for Pulse Chain for a year. I've been ready for Pulse Chain for a long time, Crypto Cliff Notes. And let's shout out to Belly the Hexagon. He says, "Bello," and I said, "What's up?" And then, of course, Crypto Cliff Notes is in here. Let me hang on for just 1 second. I'm going to change this cord just so it's not chattering in my ear, and then I'll announce the two things I want to announce. We'll get into the reading. There we go. It's almost gone, but you know what it is? It's my Wi-Fi. So my Wi-Fi, when it gets close to it, it makes a little annoying chatter in my head. So let me see if I can set this a little bit further away from the microphone, and then it won't be chattering in my ear. In the meantime, yeah. So the first announcement is we are looking for a group of individuals to read the whole book and give us some feedback and tell us, like I said, what parts are slow, what parts need a little bit of joke, what parts need some finessing, maybe some parts are too dry, maybe some action parts are not flowing the way we want them to. And there's a good chance that there's parts of the book that people are going to be like, hey, this doesn't make sense. Like, where did this guy get the gun from? Or that person's already dead. Things like that are really important, that as you're working on this every day and you're kind of close, you're in the weeds. And so yeah, let's see here. It says let's go, we're so ready. And then it's interference. Do you guys hear any interference, or is this just me? Hopefully there's not. Hopefully it's coming along really clean. So yeah, first thing is we're looking for a group. If you guys have not joined the Telegram group, you got to join the Telegram group. I'm going to put this in the copy this link right here. I'm going to put this in the comments down below. So this is the link to our Telegram group. Oh, thank you. Better now. Okay, great. So this is the link to our Telegram group. If you want to jump in here, this is where we were sharing the beginning of our character descriptions and some of the art that was being shared out, that we were working on the art for the NFT project. This is also where we'll be splitting off into different groups. So as I can share information about the tokenomics of the project and some of the art, we can split this off into groups, and then you can get the inside scoop on all the new stuff as it comes out. The second thing I was going to mention was I've reached out to some producers to create not just an audio book for dark matter, but an immersive audiobook. So these are the audiobooks that have all the different voices, the music, the sound effects. So it's kind of like a movie for your mind. And I got some quotes there for a couple of for this professional company to do that. If any of you guys are in the industry or have experience publishing a book and getting it converted into an audiobook, reach out, let me know. If you guys are sound designers, voice actors, anything like that, let me know. Any help would be appreciated. But I do think that we are going to turn this over to professionals to get it done, to get it the final amount, or the final project done. And so I was thinking about, me and my co-author Bobby the Alchemist, we're thinking about having an opportunity to do almost like a crowdsourcing for this cost, because we're looking at $4,000 to $6,000 for the regular audiobook, which isn't a big deal. And then it would be about another $4,000 or $6,000 or more if we were to have personalized music scored and written just for the book, because it's pretty cheap for people to take a music from a library, if you will, and share that on mix that into the book. But if they write specific music just for your novel or your story, then it's quite a bit of money. And so I'm not sure if we're going to go that route or not, but I have thought about doing some sort of a fundraiser that people can pre-order the book, or donate to a crypto address, and then we would be able to offer you guys something special, besides just obviously a copy of the audiobook when it comes out, but also offer you some perks or maybe some ownership in the rights or distribution of the story going forward. We think it's a really good story. And to be honest, this started as a fun little chat GPT project to go with my NFT project. Kind of a backstory for these characters and these NFTs, the JPEGs, if you will. But then it kind of turned into it became a life of its own. It created a life of its own. It's its own living, breathing, cool thing that we've are really excited about and that we enjoy. And so, along with it being paired with the NFT project, we'd like to get this thing, like I said, obviously to the point of a really, really good audiobook that people will enjoy, and that will also work as marketing for the project. But we see that this could go a lot further than just that. I mean, we'd like to someday see it at least animated on some level, or turn into a screenplay or a movie or a show, because we think it's that interesting. And anyways, we could be wrong, but it's something that we're pretty passionate about. So as I'm working on the token and the NFT project, we're also going to be working on this whole series, this story, and this little franchise we've got going on, Dark Matter. So that being said, as soon as we have an idea of what we want to do, and if we want to open that up to people who may or may not want to contribute to the book and the project, then we will let you guys know. I definitely won't be doing a sacrifice or what we would like to call a vaporization phase until the code is finished and audited and everything's ready to go. We're not going to accept donations or sacrifices or money for the token or in regards to the token until we've done all of the work that we have ready for you guys. So that's that. So yeah, we'll get that going. What's up, Davis? Davis is in the house. It's good to see you, man. I can get rid of this banner. Go on live story time soon. Actually, I should create a banner that says chapter 3 on the bottom, so people that are scrolling through the music and all of this blah 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 can actually just go and see that we're actually live. So add that banner right there. Boom. Chapter 3. Let me pull this up and I will read chapter 3 to you, lovely people. As I said in the title, chapter 3, Dark Matter Reading with Feeling, where I'm going to reach down deep into my training as a classical professional actor for my college days. Let's see if I can give this, breathe life to the script, to the text. So here we go. Without further ado, Dark Matter, chapter 3. Should have muted for that, but whatever. Here we go. Chapter 3. As pine trees and aspens whizzed along past the car windows, Ricardo negotiated the winding country road with careless ease. Around another bend, he pulled up to the gravel. Around another bend, he pulled up, and the gravel crunched under his tires. He pulled up by a single log cabin, and idled the engine. He observed that there were 2 vehicles parked outside the cabin before pulling out his phone. Took a photo of them, and then scoured his contact list for a specific name. Cole Nova, 555-5813. He texted, "Outside. You have 30 minutes to be ready." Ricardo cracked open a lukewarm energy drink and took a sip before setting it back in the cup holder. He waited, wondering out loud, wow, they must be desperate for a pilot if they're resorting to him. Before long, the front door of the cabin swung open and a beautiful woman emerged, donning a fur coat and holding a briefcase. Behind her, a disheveled-looking man strode out in a tracksuit while hoisting a duffel bag over one shoulder. His other hand was gripping the paw of a... Now wait a minute. Does that monkey have 4 arms? What in the world? Ricardo murmured. He got out and opened the back door. Cole Nova, ready to be an astro again? Or did you abort? Jackpot, in the flesh. Good to see you, Ricardo. Are you coming along for the ride of your life? Here, help me with this bag. Who's the lady? Sharon stepped forward aggressively. I can speak for myself, Mr. Corazon. She softened up before continuing. Excuse my manners. Cole has told me so much about you. Ricardo jested. Nothing good, I hope. Say, don't you two look like a perfect fit? Cole immediately responded. Yes, we do, don't we, honey? Sharon realized she had an opportunity to help their relationship grow like a garden. With her hands on the shears, of course, but a garden nonetheless. It was almost as if she'd rehearsed this 1,000 times after a successful first date. She was delighted to play the part. From across the driveway, Ricardo may not yet have been consciously aware of the fact that he was playing a power game, but he felt like shooting from the hip on this one. To his chagrin, Ricardo knew he was losing right now, but he'd always have more chances to test Cole's mettle. Ricardo admired that Cole stood his ground this time. In his guts, Ricardo knew he'd need to see what kind of man the current Cole was. Would the new Cole defend his woman? Did he have the courage? Sharon chose this moment to strike. Leaping over to Cole's side, she pulled his face towards hers in both hands and bent over in a Betty Boop pose. She brought her soft lips into a perfectly timed, fully committed kiss, and with a cartoonishly simpering voice, she mewed, I love my snookums. She grabbed Cole's prickly cheeks possessively and demanded, now isn't that right? In the iron grip of her otherwise delicate hands, Cole's blood ran icy, and yet he knew his answer. Damn straight, boo-boo. Cole felt a rush, realizing he'd never felt so connected with her before. With his arms around her waist, he gave a gentle squeeze and felt a wonderful peace wash over him. He could feel her body heat rising as she nestled closer under his arm. Ricardo's forehead went red with frustration. Recognizing he had to try again, he brushed his left shoulder as if to shoo away dust. The hairs stood up on the back of his neck, and he redirected his attention to Cole and started peppering him with questions. Holy smokes, Cole! How many years has it been? You look like you could use a shave, my friend. You been training at all? Getting ready for puffy-faced chicken legs time again? Sharon cocked her head. Puffy-face what time? Ricardo's foot dug into the gravel in a wider stance. He could feel his chest expanding. Cole regarded Ricardo's expression before answering, directed at Ricardo rather than her. He countered Ricardo with his own storm of jargon. The blood runs to our heads out there. Nothing like a bit of jargon to shake off the rust before we have some words with the rendezvous community. Sharon crossed her arms, leaned back, and scoffed. I don't really care how many more points you need for your free toaster. I'm not joining your cult. Without breaking his standoff with Ricardo, Cole spoke to Sharon. Love you, baby. Ricardo deflected. Now, I just got to ask, Cole. I've been dying to ask it. Why does that monkey have 4 arms? I thought you were in a 12-step program to help with that behavior. Aren't you Catholic? Playing along, Cole bantered back. First, of all, he's a research assistant. Second of all, those meetings work if you work them. Third, I may be a Catholic, but the miracle of science you witnessed before you is a brainchild of 17 Hindu doctors. Well, 3 were Sikhs, but that's a long debate. They really know their biotech. Now, be careful, or that monkey will drink the oil straight out of that drain plug, and we'll just be standing here talking all day. Let's get moving. Ricardo may have been outmaneuvered now, but he was going to get a perfect strike in one way or another. Still feeling solid, he chose to double down on the animal. That monkey's your assistant, huh? Here, I'll put the bags up in the uh, pro, protuberance air load and in the trunk if you strap him in. Cole smiled warmly at Sharon. She couldn't help but reflect with her own smile. He translated for her. He means the hatch. You're giving me diabetes over here with all that sickly sweetness, Ricardo blustered. All right, let's get a move on. With some difficulty, Cole got the safety belt around at least one of BitBoy Leroy's shoulders and clambered into the passenger seat. Ricardo got into the driver's seat and sent a dust cloud flying as he pulled out. Cole put his mobile phone up to his ear. Ricardo looked as though he were about to say something, but Cole held up a finger. Let me make a quick call and we can catch up. Yeah, hi. Emily? Emily, how are you feeling today? You sound a little under the weather. Oh, no reason. I wanted to let you know I'm going away for a little while, but I'll have something special for you when I get back. I can't say anything else about it. His voice cracked. Just take care of yourself, okay? I want to see you when I get back. Yeah, I'm in the car. I love you too. Bye. Ricardo's eyebrow raised. Emily, your sister? Yeah. How much does she weigh? Don't even start with that, Cole chided. You know I like bigger girls, right? Cole shrugged off the jab with a laugh. How could I possibly forget? What was her name? Sammy from Cincinnati? Or was it Trina, short for Katrina? Trina from San Bernardino. Ricardo surrendered. All right, you got me. No. It was Raquel, the spellcaster from a shell station in Lancaster. And that is chapter 3. Boom, that was it. So in the first chapter, we meet Cole and BitBoy Leroy and Sharon, and we understand what's going on with the Federation reaching out to him. And then in the second chapter, we got to meet Marcus, one of the protagonists. And after we meet Ricardo, interesting fun fact, Ricardo's last name is Corazon. So Ricardo Corazon, you guys can figure out what that name translates to. And that's another sidekick for Cole. So we start this adventure of them heading out to save the world and get going. We got Tin Top in the house. What's up, Hexicans? And Davis says it's got a good flow. I appreciate that. I really do, because we've done a lot of writing and developed these characters a lot more since the beginning of the book. And I think I need to change a couple of tones and a couple of questions in the way that they speak to make it a little more personal, a little more real. But I really appreciate that. I'm glad you guys enjoy that. Let me take this banner down so people know chapter 3 is now over. But that's it. Chapter 3, Dark Matter, read with feeling for you guys. And like I said, I'll have some more information for you guys when it comes to the test group. Again, make sure you guys join the Telegram group, because we'll probably open up the focus group and send out the almost finished version to everyone so we can get some feedback and get people's perspective on hey, why does it talk about this person this way, or why doesn't this make sense, or this feels a little harsh, or this feels a little dry, or whatever it is. This area could use a little more less exposition and more details, so I feel like I'm in the moment. But yeah, it's going to be good. We're going to open that up, and then we're going to figure out how we'd like to open up an opportunity for people to participate in funding or helping change the script, the text version, into an audiobook version. Because everyone listens to audiobooks these days and podcasts. Very few people are reading still, even on their tablets or on their Kindles. So we'll try to get that out as soon as possible, and the details of that, because that would be really nice to have alongside. I'm still, as far as the tokens concerned, we're still waiting for a couple of things to be fixed in the simulator. So we need the simulator to show a couple more pieces of data and break down a couple more parameters, so we can try to break it in the simulator before we go into coding. But the coding, I'm hoping the coding doesn't take long. It's got maybe six or seven functions in the whole code. So we're trying to keep it as simple and clean as possible. Of course, it's not going to have any admin keys. It's going to be immutable. It's going to be audited. And any functions that need to be ran will be public buttons. So anyone can run them from anywhere in the world. You're not relying on me or anyone else to do any work for you. No expectations of profit from the work of others, right? Just some pure, clean code that's going to be released into the wild and do what it's going to do. We're still shooting for September as a possible launch day. So June, July, August for the vaporization phase, where you guys can vaporize your coins in support of a political statement. If you believe people can be redeemed, if you believe in redemption, if you believe people can change and improve, then that's really the heart and soul of this project. It's redeeming and saving the degens that come running into crypto to gamble and bet on JPEGs and do whatever they can for a short dopamine fix. We're going to try to dress it up, make it look like a carnival, make it look like a casino. And as they come into the casino and chase all the quick money and the fun things that we have, eventually when they stick around, they're going to realize that they are shareholders in that casino, and they're going to learn the ways of delayed gratification. At least that's the hope. So if we can bring new people from the degen side of things, the gambling, the speculation side of things, and show them that delayed gratification and working towards the future is healthy and can bring abundance to your life, then we can trick a lot of people and help a lot of people into getting wealthy and finding a form of abundance in their life that they didn't know existed. And once you get abundance in one part of your life, it spreads like fire to the other parts of your life. It spreads to maybe the way you look at emotions and relationships. It spreads to the way you look at politics and the way that people deal with each other in society. It also can spread to your thoughts about spirituality and everything else in your life. Because like I said, most people in life operate from a place of scarcity and fear that there's not enough, that they're not good enough, that they're not worthy of the things that they want. And as we've said before on this channel, something that people don't hear in their regular life is that what you do matters. You know, people are watching you even though you don't think that they're watching. Things that you do today are that you don't put a lot of importance to down the road are going to make a big difference in your life and the lives of the people you care about. And they're going to make the difference in lives of people you've never met. It's going to make the difference in lives of strangers. What you do matters. And not only what you do matters, but you matter. You matter a whole lot. If you're here, if you can hear my voice, you matter. The other thing that people don't hear a lot is that you are worthy of what you want. If you desire something, there's a reason that the desire lives inside of you. You know, if you are alive and you're breathing air and you have a brain, then you are worthy of, first of all, freedom and independence. And you're also worthy of what you want. So what you do matters. You're worthy of what you want. And not only that, but if you want something, take action. If your goal, if your dream in life is to be a bodybuilder, you don't have to run out to the gym tomorrow and spend all day in the gym and start taking all the supplements and schedule your first bodybuilding show. All right, that's a big it's a big step. But if your goal is to win a bodybuilding competition, start preparing your brain and your life and say, okay, what would it look like if I won this bodybuilding competition? All right, what would it mean? Well, I would probably need access to a gym or a gym membership. So maybe you start looking and looking at reviews of gyms in your neighborhood, or you start talking to people that go to the gym and ask them, hey, what gym do you go to? What do you like about it? What do you not like? So you're getting ready to, they in the hippie community and the secret, the law of attraction, that stem of thought, they call it getting ready to get ready. And there's something magical that happens when you get ready to get ready. When you get ready to get ready and you start taking action towards the things that you truly want in life, it sends a signal to the universe, to your subconscious, to whatever energies out there that we can feel it existing, but maybe we don't quite understand it. And it sends a signal out where your brain, your subconscious, starts working towards this goal without you thinking about it. It works towards this goal in your sleep. It works towards this goal while you're eating, while you're staring at the TV. This stuff can be going on in the back of your brain. And so as you get ready to get ready, or as you take even the smallest step towards your goal, as you write down a list of things that you would need, at this example of becoming a bodybuilder and winning a bodybuilding competition, which, shout out to Yo Bro, shout out to my buddy, a fellow Hexagon that is, he's yoked. He's been posting some pictures on Instagram. It looks like he is not even human. He is scary buff. He looks amazing. And so a big shout out to Yo Bro. But if you do really believe in this, then start thinking, okay, if I were going to do that, I'd probably need some time off work. I would probably need to rearrange my schedule. What would my schedule look like if I were to dedicate 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours towards this goal? Well, I'd probably have to cut this out, and I'd probably have to be more efficient at some of the stuff that I do that's not that important. Maybe I'd have to get someone to do my laundry and my dishes to free up a half hour here and there. Maybe I'd have to. So it's insane what your brain will do if you put it to work. And it's insane what serendipitous, magical coincidences pop up in your life. It's part of this magic that it's probably not magic, but we don't understand it, so it seems like magic. And so, yeah, get ready to get ready. What you do matters. You matter. You're worthy of the things that you want in life, and get ready to receive them. Get ready for this shit to actually happen. And I'm telling you guys, after a week or two or a month of those three things, just saying them to yourself and just thinking about them, you'll see some really interesting changes start in your life. You'll see a little bit of magic, and a little bit of like people will show up in your life that that you've never met before. They'll show up at the right time in the right place to help you. This book and this project is a big part of that. I thought to myself, my goal is to have a top 10 crypto. I know that if I have a top 10 crypto, my other goal of helping 1 million families is much more attainable. So let me put this runner on the screen for you guys. So I thought to myself, it would be awesome if I could help 1 million families achieve financial freedom. Well, how would I do that? What does that look like? Well, I would have to start with a community of my own, not just the awesome community of Hexicans, which is, I'm honored and humbled and grateful every day to be part of this community. Sorry if I get a little bit choked up. I'm just thinking about some of the people I've met in the last couple of years in Hex that are more valuable than the money that I've made. They're more valuable than the freedom I've achieved. And so not only do I need to be a good member of that community, but I need to work on establishing my own community of people and helping them. And so I thought to myself, if I had my own coin, and I've really had a lot of ideas for coins since, actually started in crypto in 2014, and I just learned a lot by watching a bunch of coins that were total crap. And I learned a lot about coins that stuck around. And then I learned an insane amount of money. Like most of what I learned comes from the Richard Hart ecosystem. I learned what a good project looks like, what a finished project looks like, what a genuine and honest project looked like. I've learned so much by watching the Texan token and what they've done to build community and what they've offered and put out into the market. I've learned a lot from Alex from Hedron. I've learned a ton from Dipcatcher and Goldkey, and talking to them, them sharing so much information from me. I've learned so much from my crazy long nights and weekends and partying with Crypto Kool-Aid as his brain is like set on fire, and he's going through so many high level concepts so quickly that you're just sprinting mentally to keep up. I've learned so much from these people. And I thought to myself, I have an idea that I haven't seen done that I'd like to see done. And because I want it to exist and nobody's created it, it's why not do it myself? The reason not to do it yourself is it's terrifying. Have you ever thought of a goal or an idea that scared the shit out of you? Have you ever thought maybe you were a kid in high school and you didn't think you could make the basketball or the football team? Maybe you wanted to run for class president and it scared the shit out of you. Those are the goals that your soul is telling you. You would learn so much if you faced your fear and pursued this goal. And so when I thought about creating my own coin, the first thought I had was, oh shit, I gotta be anonymous, first of all, right? If I launch a coin and it fails, I do not want everyone to hate Hexray Vision. I quickly learned how hard it is to be anonymous online and how much work it would take to actually go through the steps of creating a token and releasing a token like Satoshi Nakamoto did back in the day. It's a silly amount of work. And there's so much of my information out there right now already that it would not be hard to link it back to me. So I quickly gave up on the idea of launching this anonymously. But the second thought was like, okay, so what if you fail? Like it's terrifying to put all this time, money, and effort into not just putting a coin together, but I don't know, just putting yourself out there and as a leader or as yeah, I guess a leader, trying to be a leader of these people and this community. What if you fail? It's terrifying. It's terrifying to think about failing publicly. But as I thought about this whole idea and I finally put together the pieces of what I want my coin to do and who I want my coin to attract, I realized quickly that all the other NFTs out there, none of them have a good story behind them. They really don't. I mean, they got cool pictures. They might have cool brands. They might try to piggyback on sports or Pokemon or something to that effect. I remember once I was watching the Bored Apes cartoon, and it was like you just wanted to stab your eyes out. It was so stupid, so stupid. And I thought to myself, why don't we create an actual story behind these NFT characters and go? And I know that some people are working on games, some people are working on stuff, but I haven't seen anything come to market yet. And it's possible it exists, and I just haven't seen it. But to me, I was like, let's come up with a story. So I was working on this story, throwing it onto Chat GPT, trying to use as much AI as possible to get a story and some characters and some art that was worth turning into an NFT. And my buddy came over to my house, and he's creating a festival. It's quite interesting. We'll have him on sometime. We'll talk about his idea for a festival. But he came over and we were working in the studio making some promo videos. And he showed me his logo. His logo was sick. It was awesome. And I was like, wow, who did that logo? And he said, oh, Bobby the Alchemist made that logo. And I was like, dude, I gotta schedule a meeting with him because I want to work on him with the logo for my project, my token. And he's like, okay, I'll put you in touch. So the guy comes over and he starts talking to me. He's like, well, what is this for? What's your idea? What do you want to achieve? And I started talking about the story of redemption. And I started sharing with him the stuff that we had done, the synopsis of the story, the characters involved that you can all find at the Telegram channel right here. And he's like, do you want me to write you a book? And I was like, wait, what? What? He's like, yeah, I write books. Sometimes I'm a ghostwriter. Sometimes I've written my own books, but I could write this book. And I was like, wow, that sounds great. Because the problem with Chat GPT is that you feed it prompts and you tell it what you want it to do. And then it gives you 50% of what you want and 40 to 50% of crap that it's basically just garbage, so you've got to spend a lot of time honing and shaping ChatGPT to what you want it to write, how you want it to write it. And it usually just kind of sends you the same patterns over and over. And so I was like, this is going to take a really long time to write this story. Not that I knew how long it wanted to be, but yeah. So he shows up, he says, I'll write this book. We make a deal, we come up with an idea. And then he just cranked this thing out. I mean, he cranked it out. And we've been working on it, revising it ever since. But think about it. I didn't know that I was going to write a book for a coin that I didn't know I was going to make. When I said to myself, I want to help 1 million people. I want to help as many people as I can while I'm here on Earth. I want to help as many families as I can. I want to pay it forward. I want to take everything I've learned and condense it into a package and give it away and get as many people to benefit from it as possible. And when I started making those steps, people like Bobby magically appeared in my life, right? There will be people as we work on the audiobook that will show up at the right time in the right place and it's gonna be good. The book's gonna be good. Characters are gonna be good. The art's gonna be fantastic. We've had some amazing art that people have shared. Bristology, Hodprol, Aaron in chat. I know I'm forgetting some people in the Telegram, but if you guys go to the Telegram, there's going to be a whole bunch of really cool art. And as we understand the story better and they get inspiration from the story, we're going to come up with some amazing art for you guys. Some really cool, beautiful stuff. And that's going to happen because I'm getting ready to get ready. And the coin is going to happen because I'm getting ready to get ready. Now, software's hard, crypto's crazy. It could do everything perfectly, and it's possible that nobody cares about this coin. No one buys it. That's okay. That's part of crypto. It's part of, shooting your shot. But I have the feeling that because we are in a special community and because we're in a special place and because we're taking special chances on ourselves and each other, that magic is going to happen. And, we got 59 people in the anti-gravity group right now. Let me see, 68 members. Man, that's almost a really cool number. We have 68 people in there. We need one more person and then stop. But 68 people there. Right now, I'm streaming to 5 people. I'm streaming to 4 people, and one of them is me on a monitor to see if I need to wrench anybody. In fact, let me run down and make sure all you guys got wrenches. Make sure the wrench army is nice and strong here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so She4. I don't even know if She4 is still around, but She4, you've got a wrench. Oh, add as a managing moderator standard. I didn't know there's two. Now there's 2 types of moderators. So you've got a wrench. Davis, Tin Top, John J, UK. You guys all have wrenches. But so not counting my stream of myself, there's 2 to 5 people here, give or take. There's 68 people in chat. There was a time when Richard Hart, although he had a lot of things going on in his life, companies and interesting stuff, and he was involved in Tony Robbins and the self-help community. He was involved in Aubrey de Grey and the SENS Foundation. He found things that he was passionate about, and he brought value to those communities. But there was a time when he started his channel, and he didn't have many people. I've got less than 2,000 people subscribed to my YouTube right now. And part of me says, well, shit, how do you go from 2,000 people to 300,000, 400,000 people? And the truth is, you get ready to get ready. And that's what we're doing here. We're working on this, and we're going together as a group and a family and a community. We got Orion showing up here. Let me wrench Orion, because he's politely asking for a wrench by displaying a wrench in chat. You got it, dude. Orion, you got a wrench, buddy. You got a wrench. So yeah, there's a part of me that feels a little bit crazy for these big plans of helping millions of people, hundreds of thousands of people, launching a token that I believe one day can be a top 10 crypto, based on what I've seen in crypto in the last 8 years and some of the exciting stuff I've put together. But hey, it starts. Every raging forest fire starts with a spark or a lightning strike, right? And so here we are. You guys are seeing lightning. You're seeing the spark. You're seeing someone rub 2 sticks together very quickly. And it'll be really beautiful and interesting to see where we're at a year from now, 2 years from now. It'll be really interesting to see what happens on this next bull run. And honestly, I'm trying to get as much momentum as I can get this bull run, because I believe there's another bull run coming in 28, 29. And if we can reach thousands of people in this bull run, then, and those thousands of people go out and reach thousands of people for the next bull run, we're in the hundreds of thousands right there. In 5 short years, big things can happen. So that being said, Orion says Donka Bitta. I like that. It's a really cool profile pic you got there, man. Let's take a look at that. Pull it up here again. This computer, I don't know if I have a horribly slow internet here, possibly, or if I just have a horribly slow delay on the equipment here, and that I'm running too many programs at once. But yeah, that's it. That is cool. It looks like there's some fire and a giant piece of art in the background. So that's cool. But I delivered. Chapter 4 is very interesting. It's got some cool action, and we get to see the craziness and destruction of BitBoy Leroy and his 4 limbs with retractable razor sharp metal claws. And if you're watching this on replay, gang, and I hope you enjoyed the chapter and look forward to sharing chapter 4 with you guys. Jump into my Telegram group and let me know who wants access to the second revision of the book, the second draft of the book, because it's time to really finish the text version of the book up, release it, and get started on the audiobook. And hopefully very soon, my simulator will be finished and we'll be going into coding the token. So I'll let you guys know I'll let you guys know what we're going to do if we want to open up the people being able to fund the audiobook version and some of the other stuff we got going on. If we're going to do a crowd sale or a fundraiser, or just maybe a private little opening for some people to put their time, money, or talents to work in this project if they believe in it, that'd be great. Let me know, and I'll let you guys know, and we'll just keep chipping away at this stuff. I do have a really cool stream I'm going to be on with Corey Costa on Wednesday. I found another insane guy. What is, like I said, I just found him today. So give me 2 seconds while I look at his name. And he's got some really interesting and crazy videos that I really appreciate on PulseX and Hex. And he is a huge, he's a huge fan of K4K. He is a fanboy of K4K, and he is going hard at PulseX. So it'll be really interesting. His name is Westcott Crypto. So if you guys see Westcott Crypto, it's WESCOTT, Westcott Crypto, and he's got some really interesting videos on YouTube. Follow him on Twitter, but I'm going to be talking to him the same day I'm talking to Corey Costa there on Wednesday. So I've got a couple streams coming up. I'm going to bring you another stream where I will read to you chapter 4, which is pretty cool. And you'll like that. And then hopefully I can edit those 4 chapters into playlists so people can just listen to the first 4 chapters with me reading them. Not the best audiobook, but hey, you get what you get. Orion says, I built the star the size of a house at Burning Man once, and I got 100 people to cart it to the man. Wow, that's insane. While it was being carried, I climbed on top of it and felt like an emperor being carried forward into a sea of subjects. One of the best experiences of my life. I bet you that was. Hexway Chicken, I went to Burning Man this year, and it was everything I'd hoped it'd be and everything I was afraid it would be. It was a ride of a lifetime. So that's pretty cool. That's really cool. That's what the profile pic is, in case you were wondering. Yeah, that's I can tell it that definitely looks like a burner pic right there. If you guys do me a big favor, you might have noticed that if you go to my YouTube channel, it's a lot cleaner. It makes a lot more sense. It looks more like a consistent brand and a consistent message. I've got really awesome thumbnails. I've got really awesome clips of a lot of my live streams and shorts. And none of this would be possible if it weren't for Hexray Chick. So if you guys would reach out to Hexray Chick on Twitter and tell her what an awesome job she's doing for me on YouTube, that would mean the world to me. That would mean the world to her. So that being said, I'm going to take this call. I'm going to jump out. Thank you so much. Love you guys, visionaries. We'll be enjoying this journey together, and we'll talk soon. Bye, guys.